The latest addition to the USP data is the addition of shareholder screening. So I'm going to show you how this works in relation to this demo report, where I've made a series of financial, geographic and industry selections to give myself a company list of 2,371 companies, which is represented right here in this little brown area in the middle there. So I can now say, of those companies, how many of them have shareholders that are older than 60. So I can say, apply that criteria to the group, and all the totals that I had so far become conditional on the shareholding criteria that I've applied. So the number of financial records was previously 2 million, has now become 430 odd thousand. Of the 800,000 odd companies that Companies House have the main shareholder greater than 60. And then I can apply further criteria. I could say percentage control. So I want to be talking to companies that are where the main shareholder has 50% control. That's in bands, so it's 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and then 75 and above. But I'm going to go with 50% for this example, and I'm going to add that criteria. So now I have shareholders who are main shareholders who are older than 60 and have more than 50% control. And then the last new criteria that I can put in the shareholder area is to do with the number of shareholders. So what I don't want is to be dealing with a company that has, for example, 25 shareholders, each with 2% and one with 50%, because it's going to be really awkward negotiating with them. So what I can do is I can put the number of entries, maximum of let's say 3. So maximum of 3. Put in the minimum there. I want the maximum of 3. So that would be, for example, 1 with 50, 1 and 2 with 25. Once it starts to get 4, 5, 6 shareholders I'm trying to negotiate with, it becomes unmanageable from my perspective. So I'm going to set a maximum of 3, and I can add that criteria. So now you get the idea. You can build up your profile of the main shareholders of the company and use it to screen the group of companies that you found by sector, applying financial and geographic criteria, also to find the subset that you want. And what this results in is a Venn diagram that encompasses all the shareholder criteria, and then we're looking at the subsets, so it's conditional. And the figure there is, well, it's a bit difficult to see it, but 291 companies meet all those criteria. So let's then say I want to write to those guys, so I would put it into the list view, display all the companies. I can get rid of companies that don't look right, and so on in this point in the usual way, but I can also set up a template. So you'll notice in the templates that you can now select from various bits of shareholding information, up to 4 shareholders, and you can choose their address and all these other details to allow you to write to them. Here's one I did earlier, as they say, or used to say on Blue Peter. There's a shareholder listing where I've picked 1 shareholder per company, and these are the results. So that's the shareholders for that group of companies, and there are the addresses that I could write to using a mail merge program. And I can export this in the form of a spreadsheet to myself in the normal way of a template. Hopefully you'll see that that's a really powerful addition to USP, and you can see the utility of it immediately.